Welcome to the CFG GameCast, episode number 130, a weekly podcast created by gamers and streamers who like to discuss the latest gaming topics from the previous week. We stream a new episode on Fridays and release it on podcast services like Apple, Google Podcasts, Stitcher Radio, Podbean, and so much more. So show us some love, give us a follow, a like, a comment, what have you on any of the podcast services out there, or go to our main website, confreaksandgeeks.com, to not miss an episode. I am Mr. CFG Games himself, Davis Green, and with me today are my two awesome co-hosts. I got Lex in the second seat. What is going on, my cyborg?
Not too much, ma'am. It's been one hell of a long week. I got to play more Labyrinthine, which I was excited about because I found a bunch of hats, so that's fun. What else? I didn't do a lot. I had to skip out on Monday and Wednesday because I've been having a lot of weekend stuff lately. And by the time Monday hits, I'm like, I can't move, and then I fall asleep and I don't wake up for stream. So
that's not sleeping. That's hibernation.
Basically, yeah. Wednesday, I was like, I'm just gonna take a little nap, and 6 hours later, so yeah.
6 hours. Oh my god. Well, this is all catching up to you all at the same time.
Basically,
yeah. So that's what it definitely sounds like. So
yeah,
but that's cool. Like I was saying off stream, and I really felt bad because when I went to PAX, I was like, man, I really wanted to buy this for you, but like that Star Trek jacket, dude. Like I was like, this would have been perfect.
Your lead up to it was, so at PAX, I saw this TNG jacket, and I didn't know what color to get you, and the whole time I'm thinking, any color. Just tell me you got it. Just tell me you got it, because my Starfleet jacket broke.
Oh yeah. So though, like, I will next time.
Okay.
Like I got the card.
You're not obligated to give me anything.
Well, I know,
you just
but
set
I was
it up
like,
the way that you did. I was like,
I got her hopes up, then I just smashed it right back down to the ground. But it's like
great.
But I just wanted to see if I could find. I'm gonna find it again. They said they ran out. They didn't bring a lot of them, but it was a really cool looking jacket. Excuse me.
That sounds awesome.
But yeah, but that's what really hurts. But hey, but Lex, you know who replaced his blood with Voodoo Ranger?
I do. His name is
the 5-star general of the itty bitty Smitty committee. I got Smitty in the third seat. What's going on, my dude?
Yo, chilling. PAX was awesome. Had a really good time. Met a lot of really good people. Drank a lot of really good beers. So that was fantastic. I didn't do, I went through the show floor a bit, but I really didn't do much within the convention personally.
You were totally blazing.
I did not realize. All right, so that first day, I started drinking at 11, and I don't know, I blacked out at some point in time. I gave away my voodoo jacket.
Oh no, you gotta tell the story of that, which is
I don't want to tell the whole story.
Excuse me.
The whole story.
You gotta tell the story about that one. That one was a pretty funny story, I will say. Like literally, Smitty had so many good stories of this of 3 or 4 days worth of PAX. It's unbelievable. I was like, Thursday alone, he had 5 freaking crazy stories.
Dude, I don't even know. I don't even at some point in time, I don't even remember. I don't even remember.
Smitty was gone before 3 o'clock. I do remember that because you were supposed to do the live stream with Doc, but then you roamed away or something like that from what he told me. But that was hilarious. So what was hilarious? Can I tell the story? I would love to tell that story.
Tell the story. I would like to know because it's still a little spotty for me.
It is hilarious to me. So I've heard this on the third view because I wasn't there, but Doc was there. Doc, and shout out to Doc because Doc had a lot of infinite patience with all of this. I've been like, you know what? It's so what happened was that Smitty went to the bathroom or something. Then he talked to this one dude along the line, along the way. So then once he did that, they must have gotten a good talk, but good back and forth. He gave his hoodie away to this guy,
That was the
but then
only
he-
that was the thickest thing I had, by the way.
Yeah,
Luckily,
the thickest
I got
thing
the
he
bomber
had,
jacket.
like random guy, right? And then what was funny was that he realizes that he didn't he was like, oh wait, my keys and my phone and stuff. So he goes and finds the guy back again, and starts frisking him with the hoodie itself. I was like, what? Who does that? so
I had to
so
know. I couldn't.
You can have it, but give me my shit back.
Yeah.
it was hilarious. I was like, wait.
It turns out that somehow Doc had my phone and put it in my bag or something.
Yeah, because he knew that
yeah.
just the case. Yeah.
yeah. So,
What did the guy say? He's like, "What the hell? Why are you touching me?" Or
it wasn't random or something. He must have said I think
I had to have said something.
Explained it. It got weird when someone randomly starts frisking you. But yeah, like I said, I wasn't there. But it was hilarious. I was like, "What? What do you mean he frisked him?" And then I was like, "He did." It's like, what is going on? Yeah, this was but like I said, you were like it was dude. You were so fun to be around. Like when all that was happening, I was just like, "Holy crap!"
I had a great time.
Yeah, you had a great time, definitely. Yeah, but no, that's cool, dude.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. And then got back here. The girls weren't feeling well. I wasn't feeling well. That was the main thing. Is just my sinuses exploded the moment I got into Boston. But we made the best of it, and I've just been on the recouping, and I'm feeling a lot better. I started feeling a lot better here about midweek. Got COVID tested, and that came back negative. So definitely thankful about that. And then this week has just been kind of grindy at work. I was supposed to go to NAB this week, but with being sick and stuff like that, I didn't want to go in with that possibility, and it just didn't work out. But it's been good. Got to play some Scum with Donk, and Overwatch 2 beta is out, and we got to play that. We got into that. There's still more opportunities, by the way, to get into that. If you watch the Overwatch League here, I think it's
May
next
5th.
week. Yeah.
I'm actually surprised about that. Well, it is.
Yeah, I know. I mean, not really, but I think it still gives you a week.
Yeah.
And there's going to be other beta. They'll have other beta. I'm sure there's going to be a PvE
birthday
one.
Coming up. Can you
This is
just give
true.
it to me?
This is true.
Well, then
Also,
again,
I
too,
should've
but
said
I'm
something.
surprised. I'm actually surprised because you were really not saying that you weren't interested in
me?
Overwatch 2. No, Smitty.
Mm.
But at the same time, you were real. I mean, maybe you were doing it because you didn't want to get your hopes up about since it was indefinitely delayed and stuff. But you were really
Oh, for
negative
sure. We did not want to get our
prior to
hopes
the
up.
deals up. Yeah.
Wait, what?
It was before the
Overwatch 2.
Overwatch 2 beta came out. I remember how negative you were about
I stopped playing. I couldn't play.
2 doesn't exist.
No, I know. Well, after so many departures and things like that, I was like, I came to believe that this game is not going to happen. It's funny that we say that too, because I watched a video today on the death of Anthem, and it was so painful to see. Had I known about all the shenanigans that was going on behind the scenes, dude, I would have never gone in hard like I did. It was really sad because, again, there were some great elements to that game, but it wasn't really a game. It wasn't. It was the
complete
bare bones of a game with shiny polish on it. That's all it was.
Yeah, that's true. It was. I mean, it was definitely not a completed game at all whatsoever. So,
but I'll say just a little bit that I have played Overwatch 2 beta. That's got me really excited to see what they've got in store for the PvE. Which is the real big thing about it. But the changes they've made in PvP, I'm actually enjoying them. It is kind of weird only having one tank, but because it completely changes how you play the game.
It forces you to have one. It forces you to
there's only
have
one tank. Yeah. So it's 5v5. It's not 6v6. So it completely changes how the game plays and how you go about things, which is fun. There's a new mode in it as well. which I'm really enjoying. So I'm excited to see what they have. I know they've already talked about releasing like 6 heroes in the next year. So it's like, that's the kind of stuff that gets me excited. And it's like, yeah, dude, like this is like, they've got a legitimate plan. They're going to do it, moving forward. It sounds like they've got a better thing and
Right.
better just what they need as opposed to what was going on in Overwatch. I'm feeling a lot more confident.
Okay, well that's cool. I mean, good. Well, good on hearing on that. So,
Yeah.
but
What
yeah.
about you, man? How's your week?
Oh my god, dude! I don't even want to I've been busy with PAX with all the stuff with all the content and everything. So trying to set everything up. I got an email from Devolver Studio. Was it Devolver? Yeah, it was from Devolver about this new game called Lamb of Colt or Cult of Lamb or something like that. So they gave me the PAX demo of it because I didn't get a chance to talk to them. So I'm doing the recording of that, and then at the same time just kind of see how the experience that, because I told them I was really interested in seeing how that was going to play like. But I was able to talk to a lot of cool cats over there. It was really fun talking to a lot of people. It was fun hanging out with Doc for the very first time. Doc was the very first time I met him physically, which was really fun.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah. It was really good. And then, and it was like there was no drama. I have to say though, like I've only been to Boston twice. This is my second time going to Boston, and I have to say the place we were at in Boston really nice. Like it was really like area wise, it was cool. It wasn't too cold. They need to release have PAX East during that time because normally it's in February. But dang, dude. Yeah.
That would be brutal.
This was pretty brutal normally. Huh?
Was it pretty cold up there?
No, it was a good breeze. It was about 60 something. It was between 40s to 60 something degrees.
It was cold for me. Nighttime were brutal.
Nighttime was probably at its worst, definitely. Yeah. So like the biggest thing, but no, it was had a great time with that. Now doing the back end work of all this stuff, and that's the one thing. But I would say there were so many good games. I played the Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge on that. I have to say straight up that there's nothing to worry about that game, dude. That game is exactly what you're expecting it to play like. So definitely a fun one to go with and stuff. So and then so that's all I've been doing most of this time. Oh, and I've been playing this game called Have a Nice Death, and that is it's a cool roguelike
that sounds like a Lex game.
It does sound like a Lex game. I was thinking that this was gonna be like, but it's not really a horror game, it's a roguelike, so it's kind of like Dead Cells, a mixture of Dead Cells and stuff. But what was cool is that this game is 100% hand drawn. It was hand drawn animated. Yeah, and game is freaking amazing, dude. So it's supposed to be like randomizer stages, and then if you die for good. So there's no save points. So you always have to start from the very beginning. but there's only like 5 levels right now because it's in Steam Early Access. I've been loving the game. $15 on Steam, great game. So definitely would been having the time of my life. I actually streamed earlier today on it, and I was like, oh okay, can't stop playing it. But it was So basically, that was basically my whole week. So so let's just get down to it, man. I know you don't want to talk about my strategies and the full Smitty experience of PAX East.
It's awesome.
Can I point out that you're wearing a chicken shirt? Well, it's a person dressed. I'm sorry, dressed as a duck. Who is that?
Aya Yoshi. She's great.
Wait, what?
It's a mishmash friend.
Oh, okay, cool. I don't. But let's go through the normal rigmarole that we like to do each and every week. So each of us chooses a topic of discussion from within video games from the previous week. The topic could be about a specific game or something that happened in the gaming industry itself. And we don't want to talk about it amongst ourselves. We want you, the listeners and viewers on Twitch, twitch.tv/CFG GameCast, to be a part of the conversation. So what I'd like to do is just go inside the chat, type on what you think on the topics that we talk about. We'd love to discuss it with you in in chat live. So let's get it started. We'll start it off with Smitty. What are you bringing to the table?
Yeah, follow up. So we talked about this. This happened probably, was it like a month ago or maybe
That's
like
about a
2
month.
months ago?
I think it was like, about 2 months ago or so.
It's crazy.
Feels like 2 months.
Huh? Yeah.
It feels like 2 months.
It does. Things develop quickly with this, but Artesian builds, we talked about it. There's a giveaway. They didn't honor some of their people they were ripping on. This is the CEO, Noah Katz, ripping on people. Then it turns out that there's also, they had already been being investigated by, I believe it was the California government on tax evasion. Correct. And this and that. So all that stuff went down, and now they have officially filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. I actually got an email yesterday on it. Excuse me. Their official Chapter 11. But I just kind of wanted to go through this. I just wanted to follow up on this story. Clearly, they shuttered down here about a month ago. There's a back and forth. There's possible talks of them doing an employee-led buyout, blah, blah, blah. Basically, they need to sell assets in order to be able to pay their debts. And hence why they are filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. But going through it a little bit, I thought it was interesting. So in total, in the California bankruptcy, they've got over $3 million in liabilities on their balance sheet, with $1.37 million in unfulfilled orders. To me, that is absolutely nuts.
That's enormous.
That is huge.
Enormous.
Well, here's the thing though. Like, I'm trying to justify like that kind of back order, but man, can you? I mean, because that's like, what's the average like gaming PC? Would you say? Let's say give or take $1,800, right? Mm-hmm. Let's give or take that, and you divide that by 1.
That'd be lower end.
Million. That's lower end, yeah. But that's like, let's say that's the medium of what we're talking about. So like for everything that's all said and done with mixes, the mix and stuff, you're telling me at 1.3. Yeah, let's be nice. Let's say 2K. 2K is a good one. You're telling me like I'm getting a calculator out right now because this is just
That's
weird.
Exactly what I was doing.
Well, and the other thing too, what we need to remember is that Artesian builds, before they were doing gaming PCs, they were building crypto mining PCs and servers and things like that. And I think that's where that price starts getting inflated, because they were still doing that kind of business work as well. So they were trying to do gaming PCs, but their bread and butter in that, for them getting in there, was building crypto mining machines. And I think that's where, I mean, think about it, processors, freaking graphics cards, all lined up, basically building mega servers to be able to mine crypto. That is crazy, man.
Yeah. At $2,000 per unit, 600, that's 650 units of like PCs that are not built. I'm like you're a computer building company. like there's nothing besides the cryptocurrency side. Like, why use that far behind? Maybe it's because of the supply and the demand of the, like you were saying, because of the pandemic, like, was causing you to be behind, but still it's like no excuse. So like, what's going to happen to those people?
So, and we'll get into the article a little more. So essentially, and I'm quoting, Artesian's insolvency was apparently triggered by a wave of refunds following a controversial raffle live stream by the company's owner and CEO, Noah Katz. But the two ex-employees who spoke to the PC Gamer under the condition of anonymity said it was Katz's long-term mismanagement that put the company in such a precarious position to begin with. So this dude clearly was not managing the company well at all. And again, they had a whole nother division that started out in North Carolina, and then this one basically ducked over here. So he was illegally doing business because he had multiple business licenses. He was illegally doing business out of the Artesian, California, because they were already being investigated for the tax stuff. So like, dude, it's
Stop
absolutely
it.
crazy. Like this
Very
is
weird,
it
crazy.
gets
Jesus.
dude.
But here's the thing,
It's-
though. From what I've gathered, though, from when I was looking into this, originally the East Coast branch of this company was ran not by him, but there was another guy that was originally
Yes.
there that was working under on the east side. But his managing was a lot different than this dude, than this person. And but then when he left, which was back in November, because he said he couldn't deal with the CEO anymore.
Right.
That's when it went to hell, like basically for the rest of the crew of that, you know. So
Yep.
but my god, dude, just it's such a mess. It's like, you know what's funny, like this person, I would not want to ever put my money on this guy, but what I feel sorry for are the people that are being affected by this person's horrible management of this company. And this company is bigger than I thought that it was initially. I was thinking it was going to be like only like 12 or 15 people. It's like, no, there's like 50 something to 70 something people that are part of this. And you're telling me those people, like one day you decided to shut it down because you have to shut it down because you can't work in California with all this stuff, and then you basically screwed these people out of out of your common deals because of your crazy ass ego and how you're wanting to run your business. It's infuriating. So I mean, that's the thing, that's the disappointing, the sad side of all of this. It's like there's people are legitimately hurt because of this guy's dickiness, you know. So, you know, I mean,
Well,
that's
yeah.
basically what it is.
And so let me just go over some numbers here. According to documents filed by Artesian, the company lost over 1.6 million last year. It owes over 450,000 to two PC components distributors and holds over $200,000 in credit card debt. There's also a $1.2 million secured family loan on the books, and it owes accrued paid time off to ex-employees. Although they did get their final paychecks. So, an estimated $1.37 million in deferred revenue from unfulfilled orders is also in the balance sheets there as well. So it's wow. This company has just completely been mismanaged. And like the way I see it, I'm sorry,
I
but
couldn't tell.
that dude to me, screams of like trust fund baby. Somebody I was just given, you know what I mean? Like had that stuff, never really knew what he was doing, but felt like he did. And it was more of an ego thing for him to do this stuff. But what he didn't take into consideration is that he was playing with people's lives, people's livelihoods. And then, I mean, again, the legality in what he was doing, what was being done. Like, I don't know if there's any way that anybody comes directly after him for stuff. Do they just get to say, yo, chapter 11, selling off our assets to pay off our debts, and I'm gonna ride off into the sunset and then probably do it again later? Like, how does that work exactly? I don't know.
I mean, what? I'm sorry, were you gonna say something, Lex? I didn't.
No, I'm in shock. I'm computing the numbers at the moment, so please go ahead. I need a moment.
All right. Well, like, like my biggest thing, like I guess I'm not really understanding the full, like, I guess the implication itself, like how like you're saying that that the person may have not understood the like, you know, on how he was managing the group, but I kind of beg to differ that, because I mean, an a-hole is an a-hole, dude. Like, and I think that this guy didn't care at all because of how he decided to burn bridges, how he treated, like, look at the affiliate program.
Right.
I mean, just that alone, like, you know, essentially it's like that was the last straw that broke the camel's back out of all of this. It just all came in because like how he was, not only did he say no to this individual, but he was ripping on this girl because
multiple
of it,
people,
like while this was happening. And then yet, like, I mean, it's just like it's a matter of it's an ego thing at that level, man.
He would have
It's like
ripped on me.
it's
I was one of
towards
their ambassadors at the time, and I was eligible for those giveaways. So it could have easily been me getting ripped on. He probably would have shredded me.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, like, I just don't think I just think that it's it's a matter that it's not a matter of him like not knowing what he was doing, but I think it's a matter of him just not freaking caring. So like, it clearly shows that he did that. Why wouldn't he at this point? He's gotten away with it, like you said, trust fund baby, or anything or anything to do with the silver spoon in his mouth. I'm not surprised at all whatsoever about this. It's just like it's aggravating when you hear this. And I mean, good riddance good riddance that there's one less computer company that's trying to be like a dick about like or trying to not really care about their customers like that, like good riddance for that. But man, I hope all the other people will find a job soon.
I agree. I think it is an ego thing. Just the way that he ripped on that girl, and to me, I'm thinking, who are you? I don't know your name. I've never heard of your company, and you're sitting here ripping on someone that's part of your program that you set the standards for, or at least someone else set the standards for, and you said green light, let's go, and you're gonna sit here and rip on them live. That screams ego. That screams massive ego. You know what? I agree. Good riddance. Oh my God, just that the numbers alone, that's staggering. That he just didn't care. I think he thought someone was going to bail him out, and he didn't care. And could he potentially do this again? Yes, he could get another business license, but he would need to have some sort of backing. And going through chapter 11, he would have to have the backing of someone else with the wealth to cover any mismanagement. So, I mean, if he had
Just
an
to get around
investor,
that.
sure.
Yeah.
But who would want to invest with somebody who ran a company the way that he did and ran it into the ground? You know what I
Not
mean?
like definitely not like a partner, but probably like could be like,
No.
dad, a dad, or his family
Here's the
or
thing.
whatever. Who knows?
There is a trust fund that I'm eligible for. I'm disabled. I have no money. And I can tell you right now, if I racked up a $5,000 credit card and called my dad and said, "Hey, I know that I had no income, but I did this anyway, fix it," he would laugh and hang up on me. There's no way. I'm sure that mine is nothing close to what his probably is, but because death tax is BS. So if your parents are leaving you anything, tell them to get a trust, because death tax is BS. That money's already been taxed. Don't let the government take your money. No, this is some BS. This is some BS. Good riddance. Bye bye.
Well,
We're done. With you.
I will say though that within this too, there have been a lot of silver linings. I know at least the Kia Pia girl, J2 Cents, ended up they sent her a custom build. I've been watching some other people's videos, and I know that there's people within that community that have gone out of their way to reach out to some of these former employees and help them relocate and get other jobs. Because again, it had nothing to do with them. They were doing what they need to do. It was just a mismanagement of the company, and that comes from the top there. So I do feel, and it gets these people, because somebody a buddy of mine used my code and got something from there. And it's like, dude, like I wish that he had not now, especially I'm just like, wow, dude, like I would have never pushed that, had I known, you know what I mean? And maybe the writings were on the wall there and I didn't see them.
But to be fair though, like that was years before all this was going down, like literally. So it wasn't.
Well, I mean about that dude being douchey. Like I remember it because like there was one before, or there might have been two, and I was there for the first one for sure. And he definitely was like, he wasn't ripping on people, but I'll tell you guys from an ambassador standpoint, the rules were you had to be an ambassador. You had to have the panels on your About Me profile. Those were the only rules. So all of a sudden, this dude started coming up like he literally was making that stuff up on the spot, which is absolutely insane. Yeah, crazy, dude. You got what was coming. That was literally the straw that broke the camel's back. It was coming. It just brought light to, you know what I mean? People were like, oh, wait a second. Now looking at this, I forgot. Like they're being investigated over here or whatever. They haven't been doing X, Y, and Z. We need to do something about it. And ultimately, that's what killed the business. And they will.
He hasn't paid for taxes since 1935.
It says with them being Chapter 11 bankruptcy allows the company to continue operating while paying its debts. According to the plan negotiated with the creditors, Artesian has been shuttered since early March, though the chief restructuring officer handling the company's affairs indicated to PC Gamer that its assets, including trade names, will be sold. So they're just going to sell everything off and Noah Katz gets to walk away from it. I don't know. I don't know how that works. Like, that doesn't seem right.
I just
you know what I mean? It's like that's not any kind of real responsibility. Somebody's, you know what I mean, for the actions and the damage that's been caused.
Yeah. You know, it just dawned on me. If so during that live stream, he had to have known that everything going on with the company was already going on. And that he was going to have to file. This seems like a really big projection because he doesn't want somebody to win the computer who isn't going to give them a ton of free PR, right? So that seems a little more logical that he was, you know, essentially projecting that he needed more worth because he didn't have it. And where was he going to get money from? A rock? You can't bleed a rock. Ain't gonna happen, buddy.
Right.
It's just interesting to think about the psychology of it, but I'll nerd out by myself.
And I think he was trying to be an influencer. I think he himself was trying to be an influencer.
The way he was talking, sure as hell, yeah.
Yeah.
I think like how he definitely was treating like everything around him. Definitely. I mean, that's not that would not hold me like surprised, like what he was wanting out of the business. Like, here's the thing though, like the one thing that really kind of threw me off was like, I understand that you don't want to just give away your PCs out to, especially if you're giving away PCs to people that don't have, you know, that doesn't show any kind of drive or any kind of push of your product. Makes sense. That means you're just throwing it out there. And if you didn't want that, you should have put it inside the rules for it. But but here's the thing, like the thing that throws me, what makes it is like, let's say the people that you know that you want to give your hands on their PC, like let's say the people that have the millions of support of the like a content creator or an influencer that has that crowd that has the backing to be like, oh, so and so is playing on an Artesian build PC. Let's say like it's like, okay, so if he's playing on an Artesian build, it's clearly good quality. There you go. But like you would want to give that out. They didn't even do that for some of those things, like, which is even crazy to me. Like you know, 100 Thieves, one of the really big, very big company, millions of people on social media, and then they're very big on influencing in general. In just a marketing move, give them product, and then they'll be like, and then if they like it, they're going to support it. But in this case, they were still doing the nickel and diming, still saying we'll give you a $100 to $500 coupon off to go to do it.
Stop
and
it.
I'm like,
Stop.
and I'm like thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, so you're saying that you're wanting this to be a sponsorship ad, but what you're really sacrificing isn't even your product, but rather your profit margin on the PC that you're trying to sell, that you're trying to have them sell for you. It's like, are you kidding me? It's like you could easily have said like $1,000, and let's say theoretically it was a great PC. That would have been something alone that would have been like, okay, I put in a $2,000 PC to get my return back, and I'm getting my return back because it millions of people have seen it. That's how that stuff should have worked. But he never did that, which drives me insane. So I'm just like, okay. So when I heard the stories about some of this, I was like, okay, this guy clearly doesn't really like, just wants to be like an influencer rather than being like, you know, a product, show how good his product is. So yeah. I mean, but
all around failure. I'm glad they're gone, and it's unfortunate for the people that were working it, and hopefully they're able to find something that's legit for them. But companies like that, especially people like that in communities and video games, they're those scumbags, and there's a lot of them out there that are pretending to be a part of the culture, but they're not. They're only looking to get into your pockets, and those people need to get weeded out, and bye. Dealt with.
Bye, Denise. Oh my god. Oh well, that was a good one. Okay, cool deal.
That's the follow
All
up.
right, we're already kick the dead horse some more on the with Artesian build. So let's yeah.
That's the last one, I promise.
That's so funny. Part 3. It's like, oh, there's now. It's like, oh, we just saw them moving out of their office.
Yeah.
So there we go. Yeah. So okay, but Lex.
Me.
What are you bringing to the table?
So nothing really spoke to me this week. I've been having that lately. I don't know. Maybe I'm just in my effort phase, which happens. We all go through those. But I did see this trailer the other day, and
On your effort month.
Yeah, essentially. Months, plural. I have kids yelling at me all day, man. It's been rough. I saw this the other day, a trailer, I think on YouTube. I was watching a video and it came up as a trailer, and I went to skip it, and immediately my eyes just the trailer, when we play it for you, maybe if you're a Disney person, you'll feel the same way. Okay. So it looks like a Disney adult, right? Which, the person with the ears that walks into the park. But when I read further into it, it's similar to Animal Crossing, but it's kind of more on the it is, but it isn't. So Disney Dreamlight Valley, it's basically Animal Crossing and Kingdom Hearts with a twist. So you as the character, you walk into this world created by Disney in a game. It's sim like, and basically you have to repair this fantasy land. So you have to go from Ariel to Goofy to Rapunzel, and you have to gain their friendship. So maybe you go fishing with Goofy, and the more you fish, the more of a friendship you build with him. And there's this. It's not really a creature, but it's the big bad in the game called the Forgetting, which I like that. I heard Davis cringe when when he was watching it. But look, as we get older,
I wasn't doing anything.
You made a sound. You made a sound. Don't deny it. When you get older, you kind of forget what it was like to be a kid and then to experience things for the first time. And so I thought that was kind of neat that they call it the Forgetting. And so basically, these beautiful palaces from these princesses or these movies like Wall-E, they all have these vines and this black ick kind of smoke around it. And as you get the character, so maybe it's Ariel, and she needs to get back home, in getting her to her home and building that friendship with her, the Forgetting is dissipated from her area. And so you travel this kingdom, essentially, or kingdoms rather, and you battle this Forgetting by building friendships and creating harmony and getting these characters to where they should be. And I think it looks really cool. Now, the second part of the game, once you've done all that, you can then build things, like build your little house and make it look spiffy, and basically build your own Disney dream park, which that's great. I care about, having friendship with Remy and Ariel and getting them home or whatever and cooking with Remy. That's what I'm looking forward to. After that, I don't really care about the rest of it. But the game concept sounds really cool. And I really hope this is as good as it looks. Because, yes, it was meant for kids. Shut up. I don't care. I want to play it. But it looks so neat, and every character is different. So obviously you have to. These are new storylines too. These aren't from oh, she lost her voice and now we have to get her back to her prince. No. This isn't that. These are unique storylines to these characters that have been created outside of the movies themselves, which I like because we've heard these stories over and over, whether they were, fables or fairy tales that we heard or just watching the Disney movies. We know all these stories. So I like that the activities and the storylines for each character is totally different and unique. And I'm really excited. But yeah, the end game basically, you can interior decorate, exterior decorate. You can get outfits for your character, which again, that's in Animal Crossing. I don't care. I'm probably still wearing like a Halloween outfit or pajamas. I don't know.
I still think that I mean, like I said, I think this game is definitely catered for kids, and I think this
I
would be
know.
perfect more for Smitty's daughter, but
Yep.
oh, I'm sorry, what?
I was gonna say, yeah, no, this is totally up her alley. Like I told her, I was like, you gotta watch what Auntie Lex is throwing up today, because I was like, I think you're gonna be interested in this game. I also saw something. They also said there's elements like Stardew Valley, right? I never played Stardew Valley, but like this game, she will absolutely love it. This game is geared for her, absolutely. Again, it's also geared for other people as well. Because I was friends, I'm friends with a woman. She's a totally Disney maniac. She's all tatted up with Disney stuff. Like she is. When you think of those Disney adults, she is a Disney adult, 100%.
Okay, so. Okay, yeah, I mean, okay, obviously this game is not. I mean, I'm never gonna touch this game, and I'm not, and I'm not gonna rag on anybody who's wanting to play because I mean, people love this kind of games, love these building creative games, and I think it's a really good market for Disney to get themselves into it. Especially, there's so many different kinds of worlds and things that you can actually do, and you see your favorite parts of the Disney characters that Disney's vast library of different kinds of characters. So it makes it makes sense. I mean, so I can't fault them on that. On it, and I will say it actually looks fairly good. It's not that it's because the one thing I like for instance, remember the toy line that Disney did, Disney Infinity.
Yes.
Like they had that weird clayish look of it,
I liked it.
that kind of stuff was kind of that it got kind of annoying to me because I don't like that weird chibiness that they added to some of these characters and
Yeah.
stuff. But this one does have have a genuine style, but the characters look like their characters without warping it, warping it as much as it normally is. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, it looks like another Disney game, and I
You
think
know
it'd
what
be perfect for kids.
I like though about it, and if you're a Disney fan, you probably play this on your cell phone. It's called Tsum Tsum, TSUM,
Yeah, yeah, the
TSUM.
little plushy thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to move your finger really fast to defeat it. But I'm glad that that is not in this world at all. From what I can tell, Tsum Tsum is not in here. And I appreciate that because though I like the game and though I like the characters and I think it's fun to play, I feel like it needs to keep itself separate. And I noticed, I don't know what game it was I was playing. Kingdom Hearts. I think there was like a collectible. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. But I feel like you could collect Tsum Tsums in Kingdom Hearts 3 as a character. I might be wrong. I'm trying to think. I'm brain dead at this point. Sorry. But I don't know. Something about this, like, oh, I want to play it really bad. I'm a Disney adult. Ugh, I'm
Okay.
excited. I'm
Well, I mean,
excited. And
I
it's
think
very
it's
different from Kingdom Hearts, which I like because I like Kingdom Hearts. I know half y'all don't, and that's fine.
what do you
What do you mean? I've never even played it.
I know, but
It's just
Davis
me.
influences you, and I know it.
No, Davis hooked me up with the collector's edition. I had completely forgotten about it. That dude had it on the table before I even got to the hotel room.
Nice.
He was like, "Oh yeah, don't forget, dog. I got this for you."
Don't forget.
I'm gonna level with you. I couldn't get rid of it any faster.
I will
So,
gladly
there you
take it because that's a series that on my own I probably wouldn't play, but it's a great series that I think we could play as a family, and that's how we'll play it as a family. Because I know that Lizard Ussa, she'll enjoy it. Scorp Kitty will enjoy it, so we'll do it as a family. You know what I mean?
I'll play it by
Yeah.
myself as a grown ass adult. I'm fine with that.
And maybe
like,
that does happen to me. I've never really had any. I was like, I know
know.
of it, and I'm just like, meh.
I guarantee that is not going to happen for you. It's me. I don't think that there would be.
I'll probably love it.
That's the kind of feel. I think that you're going to enjoy playing it, but I don't think you're going to be hooked, 100% hooked on it. That's
Okay.
what my thing is.
Well, here's the thing. Do you ever think about that childhood thing that gives you that like that exhilaration and that excitement just thinking about it? That's what Disneyland does for me.
Absolutely
I
not.
love going. And my partner in crime in the other room hates roller coasters. Didn't know that. Took him on the Tower of Terror and he almost died. He was shaking so hard next to me. I thought he was gonna fly out. Like, what's wrong with you?
How did
Are
he
you
not
about
tell
to
you about that? Like,
jump
he
into
goes,
space?
let me get this straight.
That's
So
not
y'all
just something
stayed-
that you bring up to somebody and they're just like, oh, by the way, I don't like roller coasters.
Especially when you get a 3-day hopper passes.
I'm talking about, like, dude, he set it up. I mean, like, he goes with a hopper pass. He goes in the line with you, and then he goes through all that whole process. And then when he's in the roller coaster, you're freaking the frick out.
Because he was trying. He was trying despite his fears. He was trying. I respect it.
It was our
there you go. He says it right here. It says, I didn't tell her because I didn't know. Okay, fair enough.
Whoops.
Fair enough.
Wait.
Okay.
I'm sorry. He's saying that he did not know that he was afraid of roller coasters? Have you never ridden a roller coaster?
I don't think
before
he's really
then?
ridden.
That must have not have.
I don't think so, because when they would go on family trips, he had tubes in his ears. So he was always in the back seat, like crying because of pressure. And so he never, and this when he was really little, not like 15. But yeah, he didn't really go on rides. He was mostly in the hotel room, like with another parent, because he didn't feel well. So I don't know if he ever really got to experience riding rides.
So you found a way.
Thrill seeker junkie. And the faster the ride, the more loop-de-loops. Yes, I know I'm not supposed to. I can technically internally decapitate myself. Don't tell me I know. But I take the risk because it's Disney.
My God. No, it's not. That's not a good enough risk.
That is not a good risk.
Here's my thing. I'm gonna die at some point. Let me die happy, goddammit. All right.
That is not a happy way to go.
Yes, it is. It is, and I will say we. You know, as
I'm in the happiest place in the world.
I feel bad for the worker that has to take my body out of the roller coaster.
You're gonna be traumatizing like kids and stuff that's on the roller coaster, and it's like I don't care.
I sit in the back.
Oh my God, no!
I'm just be like this.
Wow, that just
It'll be
this
fine.
is like this Disney game turned into a morbid turn. Anyway, but still.
Okay, I'm
but
done.
wait, hold on, real quick. Let me ask you, Lex. Is there like a price tag on? No, this will be on Game Pass, right? Hopefully. Have they said anything about that?
Okay. Hold on. Let me.
Now,
I know it's like an Xbox thing. I think.
Is this an exclusive to Xbox, or is this going to be coming on PC and other consoles?
So it says that it will be available. I did remember seeing that. Early access this summer on PlayStation, Xbox, Game Pass, and PC, with free-to-play release coming in 2023. Ta-da!
Okay, so
yeah,
weird. That's a weird thing. So
I'm sorry. Can you free-to-play? Say it again one more time. I'm sorry.
Okay, sorry. I speak fast.
No, it wasn't. It was just like understand it. Yeah.
Shut up. Early access this summer on PlayStation, Xbox, Game Pass, and PC, with a free-to-play release coming in 2023.
So initially, you have to pay for it.
That seems like what they're saying.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
Like, why would you pay for it when you know it's going to go free to play?
Because I'm a psychopath and I need to play it now.
Unless they're going through a freemium model build, and then they're going to give you they unlock everything,
I would like to see the details on that, because if people are going to pay for it, there better be like a legit incentive other than you get to play the game early. You know what I mean? Because that's not right.
Yeah,
it's weird. Well, it's at Steam early access.
Yeah.
So because it's not necessarily the game is officially out in the summertime, but rather the game is still being made, and then it's going to be officially out next year, which is what I was talking about earlier, which I said early access is some of it's good, some of it's bad, so like in this case. So there you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll probably end up getting that though. I know Lizard also would love this game. So for that alone,
Sleepovers at
I'll
Auntie
end up getting
Lex's
that.
house.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be
I'm
pretty cool.
excited.
Well, good deal. That's a good one. So there you go. I know you're gonna be streaming some of that. That's what I feel like. That's what's gonna end up happening.
Duh.
Yeah, it's like duh.
I get to make friends with Ariel. Duh.
Yeah.
Why don't you make friends with Gaston?
I will punch him in his dick butt.
Jesus. Anyways, okay, but
Inside
anyways,
joke, sorry.
we're closing it off on my spots. And my spot is something that wasn't really a big deal, but I thought it was pretty interesting. So maybe because they found the success of Sonic and Sonic 2, and which, by the way, I haven't seen Sonic 2 yet. I need to.
We did. We went and saw it.
It's out?
Yeah, it came out.
Lizard also and I went, saw it theater by ourselves. It was awesome. Had a lot of fun watching it. Yes. It was awesome.
Really worth it. Okay, good deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now it says that it's the most popular, not popular, but the most successful video game movie now in
That's crazy.
cinematic history.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Next
They
to
really
what?
turned it around.
I mean, shoot. I guess Prince of Persia technically was a success. So was the first Sonic, and then also, but really, it's really not many, like, video game movies that
Mortal
are
Kombat.
successful.
Not that they were great, but
that was not.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat was all right. The first, the one in the 90s was good.
Teenage
Annihilation
Mutant Ninja
doesn't
Turtles.
exist. Yeah, but it's in the game. That wasn't the game. That was from a comic.
That one, yeah.
Yeah, I know, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
Semantics.
Yeah, there you go. But anyways, I digress. So they're going to try to strike gold again with another IP from Sega. So Streets of Rage film is now in the works. The person to produce it, which makes me kind of feel like I'm really interested in wanting to see how this is going to go, is the adaptation is going to be scripted by by John Wick's creator Derek Kolstad. So I think that overall, like, who that is like I mean, so basically, if you don't know what Streets of Rage is, it's a side-scrolling beat 'em up game that's been out since the 80s and 90s. Just recently released the Streets of Rage 4 that came out about 2 years ago, and but it's just like you had three people. You had Axel, what's the name of the girl? Yeah, Blaze, and then you had Alex. No, Alex? No, I forgot.
Adam Hunter.
Adam, there we go. Sorry, Adam Hunter. Yeah, these three, like, one of them is a cop, one of them is a street fighter, and then I don't know what Blaze is, but yeah, so they all are in this area where it's just crazy crime is going, and all they do is just to beat them up. You just beat the crap out of people and get as many combos as you possibly can. So I'm interested in first of two things. First off, I want to know, like, how they're gonna make a story out of all this, like of just randomly, like, it's going to be like, are we going to be experiencing another Mario Brothers movie kind of situation, or what? Which I'm actually proud that he said it, but a Double Dragon movie, which is insane to me to even think that. I cannot believe someone else remembers that horrible. And two, it's like how is this going? Like, I mean, overall, I think that, like, how, like, if people's interest about this is, are we going to be seeing a new renaissance of video game to movie adaptations? Because I mean, there was a little bit of one that we had in the mid, like, or the 2000s and stuff. We had but they were just here and there. Like I said, like Prince of Persia originally. We had Assassin's Creed, which was a horrible train wreck, and then we also had some other small ones here and there. But, like, I feel that, like, when you have a movie like Sonic 2 actually making as much money as it has been doing, it could be opening a door for more video game adaptations to come out, so more people can keep an eye, can experience the game world without playing games. So I feel like, I mean, Streets of Rage might be a good one. I mean, Final Fight might be a good one too, who knows? But what do y'all think? Like, is this something that y'all would that may pique your interest in wanting to come and check out and to see how this is going to go?
I think this could go a number of different ways, and
Definitely.
it's it's kind of hard to determine what direction they go. Again, we don't know if it's something that they do as a live action thing or is it something that they do as an animated thing. I think that will determine its success. The thing about this though is that there's nothing really, and maybe it's because I've kind of been at it, like I played the first 3. I never played this 4th one, but I don't really ever remember there being like any kind of like, if there is a story, like I have no idea what it is. All I'm here to do is kick some ass and chew some bubble gum. And, that's basically what it was about. But I also think that could also possibly be a good thing for them because then they're able to create this lore or create this world and make a viable story as opposed to having to go off of lore that's already been created or this expectation that people already have. So that actually could be a positive thing for it. My thing about it though is Sonic's successful because Sonic has been around since we were kids throughout today, where the kids of today still know Sonic and Tails and all them and all that stuff. I don't think this game has that kind of staying power. So I think it would
technically Streets of Rage came out before Sonic.
No, you're right about that. You're right about that. But I guarantee you, if I go up to an elementary school or something and ask people if they knew, or ask the kids if they knew Sonic and Tails, or do you know Axel and Blaze Fielding, who they're gonna say they know? I can tell you that right now. So you're already right there. You're what?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that it would. I'm not saying that it would be more people are going to say would recognize Streets of Rage. But I would But I would take the bet that if someone who had a Sega during that time, when it came out, to know what Streets of Rage is, people will say yes. I think people will strongly say.
I
yes
agree. I agree.
Yeah.
But that's not going to translate to butts in the seats in the theaters. I don't personally think. You have a way bigger audience in something like Sonic and Tails, which is covering a wider span of people. Number one, the people that are making money and that are adults, all the way through their children and so forth. Where this is more targeted, it would be the nostalgia of the people that know this series that are going to go. And it's not going to be enough to justify, I personally believe, depending on what they do production-wise, to justify this. I could see this better suited for like a TV show as opposed to a film, personally.
Man, like, I don't know.
I
like almost like a 21 Jump Street type of deal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But yeah, I can kind of see what you're saying, where your point is coming on that. But I kind of think that overall, though, like, well, first of all, I don't think the violence is going to be to the level of like the violence of what we were experiencing inside the game in any way, because like I think because everyone wants to have that key point of PG-13 at the max for that kind of thing. Now, unless you're going to try to get like the crazy, like, trying to get the jam-packed like action, which I'm assuming that's what it's going to be. Like, unless they become like, a caricatures of themselves, like from the 80s and stuff, and be like,
which would be hilarious. And I would kind of love, I almost want to see them go that direction, like make it a blatant decision to do that, as opposed to trying to make it something more modernized, because then there's so much of a disconnect. You want the nostalgia, yet you're trying to bring in, the modernization of things. Like, two to me, that's a hard mix. That's a hard mix.
So I can tell you why at 4 years old, maybe even younger, Danny loved Sonic. Want to know why? Her favorite color was blue, and there was a blue fuzzy thing on a sign she saw. And the rest was history. Well, who's that character? How does he do with Sonic? That's Tails. That's his friend. Well, if he's a hedgehog, what's Tails? Tails is a fox. Okay, well, who's the red guy? You know what I mean? Those are the conversations we've had with her over and over and over again. But I played Streets of Rage when I would go and go to the arcade with my little cup of quarters. I would play Streets of Rage. I love Streets of Rage. Now, here's the thing. Netflix has stated they are not doing any more animated series. for now, for the future. They're not bringing on any more animated contracts. So I would love to see it as a series. That would be fantastic. But if you're gonna make a movie, you better make this so 80s and so cheesy
So I'm
that people
saying,
can't freaking miss out on it. And the jokes don't stop coming. You have to feed into it. Like they have to fall hard into the cheesy realm. If they do it and they try to make it serious and modernized, I think it'll
I
fail.
don't think
I
so.
think
I
it'll
don't know.
fail.
I wouldn't. I mean, like, I'm not saying that I wouldn't. I mean, I would prefer the '80s kind of style of it. I would definitely prefer that over. But I'm not. I mean, like, dude, the guy who made John Wick knows how to do,
He knows
to
what
do
he's
looking
doing.
for.
true.
So, like,
It's a lot of
I'm not
speculation
saying that, like,
too.
yeah. So I'm not saying that, like, I'm not saying that if they made it modern time that it's going to automatically fail. I just think that it's just. I would rather give it. I'm still interested in giving it a chance or whatnot. Like, have you ever seen the kind of on an off tangent? You ever saw the movie called Nobody with okay, so there's a dude with Bob
No.
Odenkirk who is known to be a comedian. He's a comedian that was from like the 90s, like with like Mr. Show and all this different kinds of stuff from HBO back in the day. And like he is the last person that you would not think that he's like an action hero. But then the way that they did the action and that made him look like a badass. And it's like, I mean, it's possible that they could, like, if with the right tone and with the right cast and then with the right setting, that I think they could actually strike gold with that too. Obviously it's not going to be as popular as Sonic the Hedgehog.
I would say, like,
Sonic
why
Hedgehog is
though?
the
Like,
level of
why
Forza.
did they feel? Why not do a double? I would take a Double Dragon reboot over a Streets of Rage
Why?
film.
I mean,
I don't know why do a Streets of Rage film. Like,
I mean,
that's what
like,
I'm
I think
saying.
I think it's never been done though. I mean, Double Dragon has done it multiple tries. Remember the animated series? They also had the movie and all that
Oh,
stuff.
I did not know about that stuff.
Yeah, and it's been quiet. They haven't made a new sequel. Like, I mean, the most recent beat 'em up that came out over Double Dragon and Streets of Rage is Streets of Rage 4. I mean, last time we talked about Double Dragon was years ago. Yeah,
no, that's true. That's true.
Yeah,
I just feel like that had more. I don't know.
No,
I feel like it was more
what you're saying.
recognizable. You know what I mean? Like,
it's a more recognizable name. I totally
yeah.
agree. I totally agree with that. Yeah, I definitely agree with that because I think Double Dragon is definitely more recognizable than Streets of Rage. But like, I still think that like to make a chance like this to say if they have the extra, like the thing I loved about like movies in the 80s is like they didn't give a damn about if they're going to make a profit or not. They just made the movie because they wanted to make the movie. You know, you clearly got that. Like that's the vibe I got from watching 80s films, and that's what I loved about it. Because like then theoretically, like I mean, because can you imagine if they decided to make if they made Labyrinth like now, like nowadays and stuff, that would be impossible to see that stuff again. Never ending story. I mean, they had some crazy films that you would have never thought to have been like, hey, they actually had a board meeting and then agreed to this. You know, I mean, yeah.
Well,
yeah,
they
I'm
brought
just
Dark
saying.
Crystal back for a series, and that did
They brought
great.
Dark
I liked
Crystal
it too.
for like 5 episodes and they canceled it.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that part. Question to both of you guys: have you guys watched Gravity Falls?
Yeah, not all of it, but I've
I
only
don't
seen
think
like
so.
2 or
There's
3
an
episodes.
episode where he has like this special coin and he doesn't realize it, and he accidentally puts it into the machine, and it's kind of like a Street Fighter game.
Mhm.
And the guy ends up coming out of the machine, and he's like bouncing back and forth and like pixelating like his edges as he's doing it. The way it was done was so beautiful. And when you said originally that they were thinking of that they were going to be doing a movie production of this, that's the first thing I imagined. And I thought, oh, that would be great if that was real life and they're, being silly and bouncing back and forth and all of that and kind of feeding into it. I don't know. If they make it a comedy, I'm totally down. Give me comedy and action. Oh, I'm there. But here's the thing. And again, I'm kind of with Smitty. Like, I did never Double Dragon. Sorry, I don't know that. I don't know her. Street Fighter though, I would be down. I would love to see Street Fighter.
We've already tried Street Fighter. That's failed multiple times.
Shut up. Don't talk to me.
It'll be back. It'll be back. But they have made
be.
multiple Street Fighters.
Give it to me.
Yeah.
Give it to me.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Still the best one is the original one that came in the '90s, but still Jean-Claude
I
Van
never
Damme.
saw
But
it.
still,
Didn't know it exists until I opened my mouth. So shut your face. Now I'm gonna go watch it.
watch
What?
it.
With
Never
what was
seen
that
it.
one dude's Julian Raul?
I
Is that his
know.
name?
Julia.
Raul Julia.
No idea.
I knew it was something.
Hold on, there's a
Julian
movie. Stop.
Rawl. I love that. What? That was his last
It's
movie.
classic.
I'm
Good movie.
googling. Hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was his
Raul
last...
Julia. Yeah,
Yeah.
It was his last film before he passed away.
Yep.
So yeah, that definitely.
He was M.
that's
Bison.
kinda-
There is a movie,
Gomez
and I
Adams.
know who Raul Julia
Was M.
is.
Bison.
Why
Yeah.
would
Oh
you-
yeah.
Why?
Wait,
we
Jean-Claude
weren't
Van Damme's in
kidding.
this. I have seen this. Just kidding. Never mind.
I literally just.
Look, I've had 4 brain surgeries. What do you expect?
Oh no, you're not we're not blaming this one on the brain surgery. That's not okay.
I have seen it.
He says
But
you
I
don't get
haven't-
out of this.
I don't
easy.
think I've seen it in
doesn't-
one sitting. Like it was playing on TV back in the day when we had like 4 channels, you know?
You
Yeah.
should
And there was a
run
lot
that
of
back.
commercials, and I
Yeah.
probably took a weekend nap
Yeah.
during said movie because instead of it being an hour long, it turns into 2.5 because of all the commercials.
Yeah.
I've seen it. I've seen bits and pieces. The imagery immediately was like, "You've seen this, you dumbass." So I
Right.
have. I just haven't seen all of it.
I'm hearing a lot.
Forgive
of
me,
excuses
Father,
right
for I have sinned. I'm so sorry. Shut up.
I'm
Shut up.
just
Shut
kidding.
You
up.
should definitely
Although-
run that back for sure.
Watch you know what you should
Sure.
watch
What?
is the story of Chun Li. That one's just garbage, but you should. Watch
I did not
that.
watch that one.
That came out a week after Dragon Ball Evolution. So there you go.
Golly.
So,
I was going to
watch
say,
those-
that's funny that you said that because I was going to bring that up. When we're talking about terrible uses of IPs that had no business being alive. That is one of them. That
Well, I
that
think-
is
You
how
have to
Aaron
do the
Aaron
video.
Paul will never be Goku to me, okay? Like, get out of here.
You should
Who
invite
sat
him
down
on.
and said that? You know, our Goku's gonna be Aaron Paul.
Is it that or the fact that they said, "Hey, we want Spike, the person on Buffy the Vampire Slayer, to play Piccolo." We just feel
Wait
like-
a second. This is news to me too. Hold on, I'm googling.
It is literally
love
one of
that.
the worst films
Wait,
ever.
I've seen this.
You need to
I've
see
seen
this.
this too.
Yeah.
So bad.
Oh
I
my
can't even believe it.
goodness.
That for me is if it comes out in theaters, I will not go in theaters and watch it. But if it was on one of the things, I would watch it just because it's there. You know what I mean? And I know the
that
name.
was such a fun. Yes.
But this would not be something I would go out of my way. But I need to watch freaking
Right.
Streets
Classy.
of Rage.
Need to watch
No.
Streets of Rage.
Yeah, unless you're hyping it up and making it funny with the action, it's not something that I like. I told Dust that we have to go see the new Doctor Strange movie, and
Yes.
he better have already gotten tickets or he will die. But if someone was like, "Hey, the Streets of Rage movie's coming out. Did you see the trailer? It looks really good." I'd be like, "I'll wait till it comes on HBO Max."
That's actually funny.
You
I
know?
did. I waited 2 months before watching the Spider-Man film, and I was just
Stop
like,
it.
I
Stop
was
it.
like, I just didn't care.
How did
I
you
mean,
get away from spoilers?
I can't wait
Oh,
till it
because I
comes
don't- I
back
don't
on the
go on
TV so
social
I can
media.
watch it when I go to sleep at night.
yeah, I don't.
It's
I
gonna
stay
be
away
my
from-
sleepy movie. It's gonna be my
What?
sleep movie for the next 2 years, and I'm
Spider-Man?
gonna cry into my pillow every night as I watch it.
the hell's wrong with you? But
What's
This is
wrong
gonna be-
with
this is gonna be
you?
a fun 2 years for you, Dust.
Oh, well, have fun with that. Jesus. Oh my God. Anyways, we are like off the rails, but
Yeah.
but we'll get back
Merry
on here.
Christmas.
Folks, this was episode 130 of the CFG Gamecast. Thank you for being a part of the conversation as always. We will be back again next week on Friday. But if you did miss this episode, that is okay. We release it on all podcast services like Apple, Google Podcasts, Stitcher Radio, so on and so forth. So any podcast services that's out there. So there is absolutely no excuse to not listen to our sexy voices.
Ooh.
Homer.
Yes. Yeah, so be sure to check us out there on Mondays, or go to our main website, confreaksandgeeks.com, for all the content that we're liking to do, especially our PAX East content is coming here soon, as well as my next interview with Tails herself, Colleen O'Shaughnessy. We spoke with her, so we're gonna have the interview with that coming up next Friday. So yeah, so that'll be awesome. That will be awesome. So once again, this is Davis signing off with Lex and Smitty. Y'all take it easy.
Bye.